And the 2020 Emmys have come and gone, but with a slight twist. Welcome back, I'm Patrick Gunn. The Television Academy had no red carpet, and there were no guests at this year's celebration, but the only people on site were host Jimmy Kimmel, a few celebs as presenters, and their staff. And the nominees received their awards from presenters in hazmat suits. And as Rami star and creator Rami Youssef tweeted out, even the losers got a visit in the hazmat suits. And now, the new tricks did not attract voters, as you can see right here, pretty odd. But the new tricks, unfortunately, didn't attract new viewers. Forbes reported an all-time low for the awards, as y'all said earlier, with 6.1 million viewers. And to put that in perspective, 13.5 million people saw the awards in 2020. And it wasn't all doom and gloom for the awards. The show ran about as normally as it could this year, Jimmy Kimmel cracking jokes with cardboard cutouts, and the winners celebrating remotely from their homes. And most of the celebrating came from one family in Canada. Schitt's Creek and the Levy's family won all 7 comedy awards presented on Emmy night. All 7. The show's final season set an Emmys record for most wins in a season for a comedy. Catherine O'Hara and Eugene Levy won their first Emmy since the early 80s, and Dan Levy won 4 awards on the night. And as for the rest of the show, everything came up HBO. Series Watchmen and Succession each won the top prizes for limited series and dramas, respectively. Zendaya even scored the surprise win of the night for Best Actress in a Drama for the series Euphoria. I don't know if you've watched Euphoria at all, Natalie. I haven't yet either, unfortunately, but I've heard it's pretty good.
I haven't watched it yet either, but I've heard good things.
Yeah.
But speaking of good things, Netflix led all networks with 160 nominations, but they only won 2 awards. What happened?
Yeah, it was just kind of, in my opinion, something where they spread themselves out too thin. And it's really mostly the major categories. And granted, they weren't the only show that had a lot of nominations for multiple shows, but still, let's look at the drama category. 3 shows nominated for Outstanding Drama: The Crown, Ozark, and Stranger Things. And those are 3 big shows for them. And if you look at the comedy, there's 2, Dead to Me and The Kaminsky Method, the Chuck Lorre show, very popular. And then you have 2 nominees for Outstanding Limited Series, Unorthodox and Unbelievable. And we'll talk about Unorthodox in a minute. But here's, I think, the one that really tells it for me, is Best TV Film. 4 of the 5 nominees came from Netflix. And guess what they all have in common? None of them won. HBO's Bad Education took the award. So it just seemed like Netflix is having Netflix has a ton of content in general, but it seemed like they had too many eggs in many different baskets, and it just was hard to win with that many shows.
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned Zendaya's win earlier. Were there any other snubs or surprises?
Yeah, I don't know if Zendaya's as much of made a little bit of surprise, given that she probably wasn't expected much to win. She was even really kind of a bit of a surprise to be nominated. Otherwise, I think Unorthodox taking a really nice director win in a limited series, and then Schitt's Creek just won so many awards. It just kind of seems surprising there.
Thank you, Patrick.